Yeah, turn Snaka. Doing well, man. How you doing, man? Chink. I am doing fantasticals. Just got back from Mexico yesterday. That's why I didn't post that damn video on Friday. I was out of town. Went down to Baja. It is Mexico season around here. You got hurricanes swinging off of Mexico. Yeah, Shake. What's up, buddy? And surf season. Summertime surf season. There's surf season in the winter, and there's surf season in the summer now. It's not summertime surf season down in Mexico. So anyway, welcome back to another live edition of Making You a Bartending Pro. My name is Jason, and on this little live stream, basically it's just open format Q&A. You can chime in with any sort of question you like, and just off the cup, we will answer questions for you. I also have started to take these questions, if they're really good, that you guys put up, and I turn them into an individual video themselves. Let me make sure this is up. I always forget to turn that up. Okay. So, yeah, if you got a good question, throw it out, answer it here. Maybe it'll appear in a video someday. And, yeah, hopefully you guys are all not dying of heat. I know that most of the country is in the grips of the heat spell, and it's really freaking hot everywhere. So hopefully you have good AC or a pond or a pool or stream or a sprinkler or something close by you, so you're not dying of heat. Probably feeling a little better right now, being a little bit later. Let's see. Anybody get a job? Any stories out there in YouTube bartender person world? What have you guys been up to this week? So like I said, I went down to Mexico, did a little wine tasting. Tried to get some surf, but it wasn't really surfable. So we ended up going to this place called Valle Guadalupe, which is like wine tasting territory down in Baja, like northern Baja, California, or north Baja. A lot of fun. It's more about the experience than the wine. So if you're like a huge wine snob, I don't know if I'd recommend it terribly. It's really cool. It's fun. It's beautiful out there. So I definitely recommend it. But just know that it's not like Napa or Paso style wine tasting. The quality is not quite there. But there's a lot of decent wine, and there's a lot of really, like I said, stunning, beautiful places. If you're following me on the Instagrams, I was trying to put up a couple pictures here and there. So make sure you follow me at BartendingPro, as well as all the other social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all at BartendingPro. Shake saw some of them. Nice. Stoked. Yeah, trying to get them out there. Trying to do my trying to do my job on social media when I'm out there doing fun things, especially like wine tasting where it's relevant. So, yeah. All right. I got a feeling this is going to be a light one because it's July 4th tomorrow. I feel like everybody's getting ready to go party, huh? Not a lot of peeps here. What are you guys doing for 4th? Any fun? Any fun stuff? I have to work tomorrow. Woo! Yeah. The fun part of being a bartender. You get to work on holidays like the 4th of July. Yeah. This is the downside of being a bartender. You work when everybody else parties. Good thing is that I'll be, helping people party. Yeah, they'll be getting their party on, so it'll be fun. And I just work in the morning, so I'll get there early. I'll catch everybody on the way up as they're partying like that, which is the good part, because you never want to catch them when they're like that, because then it's more babysitting than bartending. But I'll be in there early, 10:30, 11, get some action, get some people some food and some drinks before they head out. We're super busy, or not us, like my establishment. Surprisingly, considering that we're close to the beach, everybody in San Diego, when they're here on 4th of July, they just go to the beach. They post up. You get there at like 5 or 6 in the morning. You grab a spot because the whole, like every fucking beach gets full. And actually, there's space if you know where to go. But a lot of the main beaches just get packed. You used to be able to drink on the beach. Now you can't do that anymore. You used to be able to, like, we used to go bury kegs. I was just talking about this with the guy who's actually my chiropractor. Because I have this ongoing neck thing, and he is my chiropractor now, but he used to be one of the guys I used to work with in the bar, and we were reminiscing about 10 years ago, about when we worked together, like 10 or 12 years ago, that every 4th of July, because a lot of us would work at night, they would just schedule us at night, seems like all of our crew. And we'd come in, and after we'd been at the beach all day, so you come in and everybody's just like hammered, wasted. And every fucking 4th of July, somebody would get fired. So you're always like losing jobs and stuff. Getting people wasted. Happy belated Canada Day. Nice. I like that. That one dude, can you talk about bar backing? Yeah, what do you mean specifically? It's basically like the closest job to bartending without bartending. So I always say the best way to get a job in this industry is to start in a different position and then move up. With bar backing, you are the closest position that you could be without being a bartender. And you get to see how everything flows, and you're almost a bartender. So that's a great place to start. That's probably the greatest place you can start if you're not a bartender. Now, your job as a barback is basically, and there's a link right there that Shake put up, thank you, about how to move up from other positions. The thing with like barbacking, the main job that you, like what your whole purpose in life as a barback anyway, while you're at that job, is to basically support your bartenders. And I'm sure if you're already working, you maybe already know this, but you just want to make sure that your bartenders don't have to worry about anything other than doing their job. So you keep the ice stocked, you keep the booze stocked, you keep the utensils and napkins and condiments and whatever the fuck they need to do their job full. And sometimes they'll let you pour. Like we have our barbacks. Actually, we don't really run with barbacks that much anymore. But when we did, they would be, we'd turn them into basically part-time bartenders. So like when you got really busy, they would jump in and start grabbing people. Like if it was basic drinks, like beers or simple margaritas or rum and cokes type stuff, then they would jump in. But yeah, that's basically barbacking, is to just do what you can to make sure that your bartenders can just keep their heads down and go 100 miles an hour. But yeah, you're in a good spot. Keep chipping away and move up the chain. You'll get there sooner than later for sure. And anyway, so yeah, Mexico was fun. Got to get back down there again. Exactly what's going into my bar. Yep, that's it, man. So you got the real deal going on. Just make sure from now on, or not from now on, but make sure that if you have intentions to become a bartender, which I would assume you are if you're watching me flap my gums on a Tuesday night, then you need to make sure that you're telling your owners and managers that that's what you want to do, right? And that's kind of what I talked about in that video that Shake linked earlier. You need to make sure that you're the squeaky wheel. Squeaky wheel always gets the grease, so you always got to tell them, hey, I want to move up. Don't be annoying. Just don't let them forget. So every so often, if you're working there, once a month or every other month or so, just let them know. If you have casual suggestions that could make the bar more efficient, you can do that. Like, you don't want to really criticize either the way that it's done or your other coworkers necessarily. But if there's like inefficiencies that you see, like, you know, we should put this here or stock that there instead, or, you know, we don't need this and we could use this instead or something, then that stuff's always welcome and appreciated. So, yep, I can tell there's not a lot of people on tonight. You guys are all out getting ready to go party for the 4th of July. Ew! I wish I could too. Sounds like fun. That's all right. Pretty standard. All right. Okay. So, sorry. I was looking at stuff here for the comments. And what other things we got going on? So we're, even though, I know what I was going to say. I was going to finish my story about being down by the beach. Even though it's like busy right down by the beach, there's not a lot of people that come into our bar. So it's one that you would think that because we're so close and that because the beaches down in San Diego are super busy on the 4th of July, that there would be a lot of action, but there's not actually a lot of action. No, we were mostly just drinking. So Shay was asking about drinks in Mexico. Basically just like beers, some wine, not a whole lot else going on down there. Like all the places that you go to, you just have little tastings, standard wine tastings procedure where you get your little tasting. You can buy bottles if you want. We didn't really buy any, I think, which is astounding because anytime my wife goes wine tasting in like Paso, up by where she went to school in Central California, she'll come back with like cases or a case or many more than like 6 or 12 bottles. And what's up, Chris Nicholas? Yeah, he's up in Oceanside. What's up, man? Need to go do a video, buddy. She buys a shitload of wine, and on this trip she only came back with 1 bottle. So that's the that's kind of the standard. That's my barometer that the wine down there was okay. So anyway, yeah, we were just having wine and some beers. We brought, because we had like an Airbnb down there that we were staying at, so we brought our own stuff to make margaritas. I have a pretty badass margarita mix. Hey, I'll make a video for you guys about that, about my, it's just mix. You know, we'll make some margaritas for it too, but I'll show you how to make the mix, and it's really damn good. All right. Chris, what's up, buddy? If you're already working or you want to get in the industry, I'm looking for some people to shoot videos with me around here because I'm in like the Encinitas area. So send me an email if you're interested in being one of my little test subjects for a video, even if you don't have any experience, even that, which might even be better. Send me an email to that email and we'll hook up. Thank you, Shake. Sweet. Mr. Ivy League, what type of personality do you need to be a bartender? Well, you need to be able to at least fake being outgoing, even if you're not. I actually am I'm an extroverted introvert, or I'm an introvert that's learned how to be extroverted. And I think a lot of people that do this job might think they're extroverted, or, you know, a lot of people I think in general just might think they're extroverted just because, at least in American society, that's kind of what, I don't know, sometimes is like not cool, but it's like to be unique, you want to be kind of outgoing and social kind of a thing, but which is completely not true. But I feel like our society kind of pushes us that way. Like if you travel internationally, a lot of times the first people you'll hear if there's an area or a place where there's many different groups, kind of a melting pot, you'll always hear the Americans first because they're just fucking loud and obnoxious. Anyway, a lot of people think they're outgoing, but a good way to tell if you're outgoing or not is if you go into a room, like if you go to a networking event, Do you have a hard time talking to a lot of people? Do you just find yourself talking to one person and just kind of staying there? Or do you find that you're floating around talking to everybody? Either way, if you're not extroverted, my point is that I'm an extroverted, or learn how to be extroverted as an introvert. Bartending helped me get over it. Bartending helped me got over that. It helped me get over it. And it's something that it'll kind of just force you to learn how to talk to people, because that's basically the personality. You just need to be able to smile, be friendly, outgoing, and be able to talk to people. And if you don't have a lot of comfort with that, or like you don't think you're outgoing, you can always, I've told people on here before that you can join like Toastmasters, which is it's for public speakers, but it's great for bartenders too, because it'll help you just get used to speaking in front of people. Because that feeling that you get is I think nerves about being in front of people, and if you're not used to it, you think you have to like carry the conversation and like put on a show or something, you know. You're just like, no, you're just there to facilitate a good time for people. So if people aren't naturally kind of just being outgoing and talking or whatever, then you just kind of casually drive by every once in a while. It's like, hey, how you doing? You okay? Yeah, good. All right, cool. You know, sometimes people just don't want to talk. So you just learn how to ask questions. But just being a friendly, outgoing is optimal. If not, be willing to learn how to be outgoing. But just being friendly, you know, that's really there's not a whole lot of, the bar is pretty low actually for bartending. And it's funny too, because I'll put stuff up on these videos, and there's these guys there's people in the industry, you can tell that are just very nitpicky about certain things, whether it's recipes or pouring or, you know, whatever. And like, oh, that's wrong, or that's bad, or this, that, and another thing. He's like, yeah, and yet still, here I am, 15 years in the game. This has been my main career for the last 15 years as the head bartender and manager of a bar at my place. So what does it tell you? It tells you that it's real basic. This is a very low bar, no pun intended, or pun intended, low bar standard job requirements. Yeah, that doesn't mean it's easy necessarily. It's easy in the fact that it's simple. It's difficult in the fact that we let it stress us out until we get used to it, and then it becomes real easy and real fun. So that initial learning curve, you just gotta roll with the punches and know that it'll get easier as you do it. The longer you do it, the easier it'll get. That first shift, if you've never worked before, you're gonna be stressing balls. And know that that's going to happen, but know that it'll get exponentially easier every shift that you work after that. And within a week or two, you'll be fine. And you'll have certain situations that you haven't dealt with, but it's not anything that you won't be able to really handle. So nothing to really worry about. Let's see. We got everybody going on there. Yeah. What else is going on out there in the world for you guys? Staying cool. Nobody's dying of heat stroke. It's like the hottest ever and ever. Like hottest everything in the world right now. I know most of the country is like, at least everything from the Rockies east is like three figures, you know, in the hundreds of degrees. So good time to go stick your toes in the pool or the river or the lake or whatever you got close by, or the pond, or the baby pool that you buy from Walmart and put in your backyard. Whatever. Stay cool. Lots of water. Lots of water! Yep. And so I'm going to start pumping out a lot more videos starting, I think, this week. So I think I've asked you guys before, the last couple weeks, I'm wanting to know what are good days that you would like to see videos come out. So right now I'm looking at Friday, I think Friday, Sunday, Thursday? No, what was I saying? Friday, Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was Thursday. So it'd be like Thursday, Friday, Sunday, something like that. I don't know. What days do you care? Maybe you don't even care at all. You're like, I don't fucking care. Just put that shit up there. George's like, what type of bar is the one you work at? I call it a dive bar attached to a restaurant, but it's not really a dive bar. It's just a drinking bar. Like, it's a place where people go and drink a lot. Like heavy locals, people drink a shitload. It can get really fucking busy on a random anytime. Can just like all of a sudden you're fucking slammed. And Shake's got some polls. If you guys can click on them, they're just so we can figure out some cool stuff that we're working on. Content directions. No hooks or no catches. It's just so I can figure out what you want and I can do a better job giving it to you. So yeah, my bar is just basically, it's kind of like a locals drinking spot attached to a restaurant. The restaurant's like a Mexican joint, and it's been there for 22 years. Super busy. Has a reputation as being a bit of a cougar bar, which is funny. But that's just not really the bar. It's more the area where I work is in a place called Del Mar, which is like North County. And so anyway, yeah, it's super busy a lot of the times. Very, very, very steady. It's rarely dead. Actually, tomorrow night, 4th of July, will be dead because everybody's like out at the beach and watching fireworks and stuff. But I've worked at everything like from that to like club to craft and fine dining and another restaurant bar. So my experience has basically covered the whole gambit of styles of bars you can work at, and have helped open places, have seen places that are going out of business because of shoddy management. So I've got a big, broad base to work from. And so that's why I just started putting all the stuff up here for you guys. I have way too much shit in my head to not share it with y'all. And considering that I went in between, right, so worked at a place, the last place that I worked at for a while before where I'm at now, took a break to try to get like a real job, whatever that means. You know, went into sales, went into corporate sales, worked in finance for a while, and just, you know, like kind of typical cubicle stuff. And like I was good at it, but I hated it. Couldn't do it. So I came back, and the job cycles of hiring in San Diego is very cyclical. So like in the summertime, it's really easy, or, you know, relatively easier in the fall, spring, and early summer because people are hiring, and mostly like spring. And then wintertime, just before New Year's, holidays, kind of November, December, first part of the year is kind of low season because it's, you know, our stuff is summer. Tourists come in the summer, it's busier, and then a little bit slower in the wintertime. Although there's just a million damn people around here all the time. So it's never really, ever really dead. But anyway, the hiring cycles were like that. So I was in a down kind of wintertime hiring cycle. Couldn't find a gig, really, anywhere close to where I wanted to be anyway. And then this bartending school was hiring, and I went and started working at the school, and I realized that they taught all this shit that had zero bearing on what I had just been doing for the last like 7 years as a bartender. You know, it was basically just all random ass old school recipes, and that was it. You know, there was more good stuff to it than that. I mean, like, you learned some basics that were pretty good about like trying to go find a job, but they prepared you in the wrong way, and they didn't talk anything about, you know, like the kind of social culture of it all, and understanding the nuances of the relationships, and that it's like a business, and that you're working within a business, and to understand how to be an asset to that business, And what makes you a good bartender has nothing to do with like drink recipes necessarily, as opposed to like creating those unique experiences for people. And so that's why I started putting shit up here for you guys. And here we are a few years later, drinking beers on a Tuesday night, talking about bartending. What the hell is wrong with these people, right? What are we all doing? No, we're learning. All right. Well, it's mellow. This is a slow one tonight. Oh yeah, nice, Chris. That's what I like. See, action. I told that guy, send me an email. Homeboy Chris, I don't know if you're still on here, but thank you for the email, buddy. A lot of people I say, hey, let's do something. Send me an email. Crickets. Nothing happens. I understand. I get it. I've done that before. We've all done that. It's like, oh yeah, totally, and then forget about it. So thank you for being prompt and on top of it, Chris. I'm gonna give you a. I'll get in. Can't talk. I will get in touch with you, and we'll do something soon, buddy. Combative Johnny plays. So you are a bartender. Yes, sir. Just emailed you. Right on, Chris. Sounds good, buddy. We'll do something soon, especially if you're in Oceanside, super close. I know that there's this girl, Kate, that was trying to come on here recently. No. I'm not a bartending pro. It's not what I tried to do with that handle. Well, it was initially, but now I'm trying to say it's about making you guys bartending pros. That's the whole point of this whole deal. Sam Ambrose. I grew up in Bend, Oregon, and now I live in San Diego, California for the last 20 years or so. And I'm currently in North County, in a little place called Encinitas, rad little surf town. But yeah, been here for a long time, man. Good luck. People tend to be pretty high. I don't know what that means, combative Johnny plays. But thank you for chiming in, buddy. You let me know if I can help you out in any way possible, my man. Although if you're a plays, so I'm assuming if you're like a gamer person, I am not going to be any value to you, I'm afraid. Mixologist or flaring bartender? Shake's like here talking about being high. No. Somebody commented about people being high, and I wasn't quite sure what he was asking. I am not a mixologist or flaring bartender. Closer to a mixologist than flare. Flare is like juggling. That's more circus than bartending stuff. Oh God, it's most places won't let you do it. Like you can't do flare at most bars because surprisingly, your managers and owners don't like flying glass, right? Throwing bottles and shit around, not into it. Now I know that some places are into it and they encourage it, but all the places I work at, they don't. And a lot of it has to do with like speed too. Like flare looks cool, but it's really damn slow. So if you work somewhere that's super busy, it's just completely inefficient and is not something that you're gonna have a lot of time to do if you can anyway. So I don't do that, but it's cool, right? I don't have anything against flare stuff. I just have too many hobbies as it is, or am too consumed with the hobbies that I have. I don't really, I'm not looking to pick up flaring stuff. So the mixology side is cool, but that's like that's the culinary arts side of it. So you're understanding the flavor characteristics of how they work together on a palate, like a chef. You're really in the culinary arts side of it with mixology. Like me, I came from this like learning how to work in like I got basically thrown to the fire 15 years ago in a super high volume place and just learned it was just sink or swim. And I learned how to swim, and everything I've done has come from a fundamental, basically how to work as quickly and efficiently as possible. So it wasn't, it's not like I have a friend that's a professional mixologist. Like he's the head mixologist for Pernod Ricard, and he basically just cruises around and makes up drinks for people. But he drinks a lot. That's the other thing is like I don't really drink. You got to be as a mixologist. You got to be like most of those guys drink a lot. It's like sommeliers, the wine experts. They drink a lot because you need to know you're gonna have your palate's got to be primed to that stuff. So I would say I'm not a mixologist or a flaring bartender. I'm just I guess you could call me a grunt. I'm a guy that just in there grinding when it's just fucking, in the weeds, crazy busy. That's where my background comes from. But like I said, I've done the high volume, the nightclub, the mix, or the craft, and fine dining. So let's see. Come out of Johnny Place. I'm not just saying on the sport this I don't hate. I just don't know, but it's just weird when there's something involved with alcohol. Nah, I feel you, buddy. It's a weird thing, and it's a super dysfunctional. What's the right way to say this? Norming, like. Drinking and alcohol is so ingrained in our culture, and it's not just our culture. This is a phenomenon in most cultures around the world. A lot of cultures actually have it a lot worse than we do. I know Americans like to think they can drink a lot of people out of the table. It's like we're not even close. There's so many other cultures that would make us look like amateurs. So there's this worldwide phenomenon of just culturally embedded alcoholism, basically. And so, yeah, it's kind of weird that that's what I do for a living. And trust me, I'm working on other things to get out of the industry. And I've been doing it for so long that at this point, I'm trying to help other people that want to get involved. I would rather do that than continue to spend my time in the bar dealing with, people that drink too much on a regular basis for the rest of my life. It's really fun, especially if you're young, man, because you're not paying attention to that shit. You're just going with the flow and having a great old time. But as I get a little bit older, I start to feel like it's like, yeah, I'm facilitating a good time for a lot of people, but I also feel like I'm just a pusher man for booze, and it's not. I don't know. It's starting. I think it's like starting to weigh on my moral stuff or something. I don't know. I'm going on my soapbox and shit. Don't listen to me. It's fun. Come on in and have a good old time. But yeah. So thanks for all the votes on the polls, you guys. Appreciate it. CWAC, I really do thank you for the videos I've done. They've helped out a lot when I became one. Nice. Mr. Ivy League, why not be a hands-off owner? Because it takes a lot of money. I don't have any money for that. Like, at least around here, to be partial owner, you got to be able to come in with 6 figures or something as like an owner, or you're just going to be like if you're only coming in with 4 or 5 figures on something, you're going to be a very small owner, and you're not going to really be doing anything other than like hoping the guys that have all the money know what they're doing. I could run a place, but again, it's like I'm doing other projects that are completely unrelated to this stuff that I'm really hoping. That's what I'm putting most of my attention into, getting off the ground, stuff that's my own interest, because like the whole reason I got into this industry was for time flexibility, not because I wanted to juggle bottles or because I wanted to be a mixologist guy or anything like that. It's because of the time freedom that this job gives me, and you or anybody. It can be very flexible with the time, and for me, the whole reason I do this job is because I can travel. Like I travel. Me and my wife on average take 3 months a year off. How many jobs can you do that? How many? 3 months. In America, the average is 10 days. So this job allows me to be able to do that type of stuff. Whereas like to be able to get that in a traditional like corporate job, I would have to be an owner or a high ranking executive. And even then, those guys, nobody, very few people get that kind of time off in the States. So that is what has kept me here for so long. You know, I'd be able to take off. Perfect example, last weekend. Leave from Sunday to Tuesday. Or when we left Saturday to last night, like Monday night. Went down to Mexico just on a whim. It's like, oh, this looks like this will be fun. And so get a couple days off and go. Can't do that in a lot of jobs. So that's worth a lot of money to me. And being an owner, you're in it for a few years. Like, you got to make sure that everything is fine-tuned and running. And I'd want to be involved just because I've done this for so damn long and have worked from barback, busser, food server, runner, dishwasher, prep cook. I've done all that shit too. So I keep throwing it out there. If anybody out there wants to start an establishment and you need a GM, come talk to me. But I'm going to negotiate into my contract lots of time off. How do I seek employment? I'm also in San Diego, says Kevin C. Kev, I got a whole bunch of videos about that stuff. Check out the playlist that I have called How to Become a Bartender, right? What's the playlist? Shake. Called you Shaq. What the? Shaq. Not Shaq. Shake. How to Become a Bartender playlist. And check those out. There's a bunch of videos in there that will show you how to get going. Yeah, there we go. That link right there that Shake just put up. Thank you, my man. And know that it is... Why does this keep getting in the way for me? It's more about the people skills than it is about the drinks. Everybody thinks it's about the drink recipes, and it's not about the drink recipes. It's about, like I was saying, understanding that you're part of a bigger business and that our job is to just bring more business in as best we can. And that's from creating good experiences so people want to come back is the best way to do it. And definitely, yeah, you definitely got to be a people person, or you can learn, right? You might not necessarily be a people person, but it's not that hard. Like, that's what I mean when somebody was asking about what kind of a person you have to be. You can learn how to be kind of outgoing in this job. I wasn't necessarily I wasn't not outgoing, but I wasn't, like, now after doing this for so long, I could walk up to anybody and just kind of strike up a conversation with any person. And they would probably think that I'm an extroverted, kind of super outgoing person. And I have learned to be like that, but it's not my natural tendency. It's something that I can turn on at any time if I need to, and it's so ingrained that it seems very natural. But you can learn how to be like that. So if you don't think you're a people person, that's something that will come in time, and you'll learn. And it's basically just being, if you're not really a people person, like one of the guys that I work with, he's like a quiet guy. Like like when he started working with us, I was scratching my head like, how have you been doing this for so long? Because he's kind of almost like a wallflower, quiet guy, very subdued, but nice, right? So it's just being nice and you don't have to be this like over the top crazy personality with like fucking tattooed sleeves or any of that shit. It's like anybody can do this. You just got to be able to smile and talk to people, and that's it. C-Wack, Sam, I feel the easiest way is to become a barback first and work your way into bartending. Yeah, for sure. That's the closest job to being a bartender without being a bartender. What other stuff you guys doing for 4th of July? Anybody got any good plans? Anything fun going on out there in your YouTube land world? Anybody? I know there's no shortage of heat out there. Don't forget your water. Don't forget your sunscreen. Barbecue and fireworks. Yes. 100%. I'm going to be able to watch the fireworks. I haven't. No, that's not true. Last year I worked the day too, so I was able to Cape Cods and smoking a fatty. I'm coming over, Shake. Sounds good to me, man. Knott's Berry Farm. Oh, that'll be rad. Do they do fun stuff for 4th of July? I'm sure they do. I know they have. I love Knott's Berry Farm. I love what they do on Halloween. It's pretty rad. Maybe some games later. Nice, nice, nice. Dude, I'm down, Shake. I'd come out there in a hot second if I wasn't working tomorrow. Usually hitting Del Mar Beach on Camp Pendleton. Nice, Chris. I go up there and surf at DMJ all the time. When the swells allow. It was probably good up there all last week, huh? Sparklers, says Briz. Yes, that's what I needed to get. I should have brought some home from Mexico. That was foolish. Well, I was just down there. I could have got all kinds of really good fireworks, and I totally didn't. We were kind of dilly-dallying getting back to the border, so I didn't have time to stop off in Rosie or TJ. But that would have been cool. And I figured, like, coming back 2 days before, I felt like they were stopping a lot of cars, and I think a lot of it has to do with they were checking for fucking fireworks. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I was just in a line where there was a bunch of drug smugglers. I have no idea. But it seemed like that. Shake. Never surfed, but I started longboard. There you go, buddy. That's how you start. It's a good place to start. Right on. Right. Wow, it's already almost 9 o'clock. Okay, coming up on the 5 to 10 minute last call here for question, you guys. Soon. Not yet, but soon. So if you're watching and you have a question that you would like to ask, think about throwing it out there now. There was some links that we put in here earlier about playlists, the little doodle.coms. That's just stuff to help you so we can get better material for y'all. Fireworks just started going off right now at Oside, celebrating the city's anniversary. Oh, nice. I didn't know that was July 3rd. That's cool. So you guys get 2 days of fireworks up there. What the hell? Good to know. Good to know. See, man, bros. And, yep, remember to follow this channel on all the stuff, social medias, at BartendingPro, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, obviously. If you want to support this channel directly, you can go down to the little super chat. It's a little $sign down there. And you can tip if you want to tip me. Sweet. Awesome. Otherwise, just keep showing up and sharing and spreading the word. And I will much appreciate that, you guys. I'll throw out one more time. What are any preferences for days of videos coming out? You probably don't care. If you do, let me know. Any ideas for videos that you have, let me know. Simple syrup, ginger syrup, grenadine. See, there you go. CWAC, perfect. There's a great idea for a little video. So what I do is I go through the last couple weeks. I've been going through your guys' questions, and I take little screenshots of them. And the really good questions I'm going to turn into other videos. So, because a lot of you guys have similar questions that everybody that comes in and watches this stuff kind of has, it's very similar stuff. So yeah, I'll do a video like that. CWAC. Simple ginger grenadine. That's more about the mixology side, like making modifiers. That's more of a home bartender thing. There's very few. I mean, there's a style of bar where they make all their own stuff, but most bartending jobs at most establishments, you don't do that stuff. Doesn't mean it wouldn't be a cool video. So I will definitely do that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Matt Rhodes, half and half for milk drinks. Okay, sweet. Definitely. Cream drinks are ones that are, that whole list of cream drinks are like ones that I have to reshoot. I have a lot of them. If you haven't checked, Matt, my dive bar drink recipe, I can't talk tonight for shite, man. I don't know what's going on. Dive bar drink recipe playlist. There's a bunch of cream drink, milk half and half style videos. So go check those out. Those are old. Don't hate on the quality. That stuff was all shot from the iSight camera on my laptop. And, but yes, all of that, every single recipe in that playlist, I'm going to reshoot at some point. I've done a couple of them just recently, actually. Can't tell you what, but they're coming. And then Sam, I live in San Diego. I'm in North County, San Diego. Yeah, Chris, I know that the videos about festive drinks for holidays, that's stuff that I need to be better about. It's called tent pulling in YouTube world, where they tell me that all the time. They're like, you should make videos for your holidays. And it's like, I've done a couple, but my shooting schedule has been so erratic over the last couple years because of school. I haven't really been that good at it. And today would have been a perfect example of when I should have had one for the 4th of July. But I was down in Mexico until last night, so I didn't have a chance to shoot it. So that's my perfect excuse. Again, reaffirming why I got into this industry and why I stay is because of the flexibility in time and being able to do fun shit like that. So when I have the opportunity, I go. But different types of whiskey, excellent. See, thank you for throwing these out, guys. This is great stuff. Good stuff. Kahlua, Bailey's Irish Cream, coffee cocktails. Yeah. So check all those. Whoop, whoop, whoop. No, I don't want to do that. No. Did I just lose all those? No. Hopefully they'll come right back. I think I just deleted all your guys' chats on accident. They should come back. There we go. All right, cool. Bam, Shazam. CWAC, Los Angeles. Nice. She hit me up. Send me an email. We'll do a collab, buddy. We'll put you in a video. I'm always looking for test subjects. Either if you're already a bartender, I can highlight, ask you how you got into it and all that kind of stuff. If you want to be a bartender, would put you on, like, I'm trying to find a test subject that wants to shoot like get you ready for a job, show you how to go out there and help you find a job. That would be pretty cool. So if there's anybody in the area that has interest in doing that, send me an email at this support at blueprint.com. Ever drink Bailey's from a shoe? Fanger! Have not. I did not. Hey, did you hear about Seattle banning plastic straws in restaurants? Yeah, that's all over the place. That's around here a lot too. Like we already they're trying to get a law around here too. And it's a good thing. Like plastic is like as somebody who's like an ocean person and surfer, like the plastic for people that don't live by the beach, it's kind of like an out of sight, out of mind thing, which is not an excuse, but still it is what it is. People just aren't thinking about it. And I'm telling you that the plastic in the ocean thing is a huge problem. And so I'm glad plastic straws are being banned. I don't even give them to people. I make people ask if they want a straw. And I don't even put them. I used to say like, hey, I'm don't put them in straws because I'm trying not to cut it, blah, blah, blah. And I just give them to them without a straw. I don't even say anything. And most of the time, because we have our little straw caddies out, so if they want one, they'll grab it. But most people are pretty cool about it. Yeah, it's crazy. It's one of those things that if you're like used to it and the presentation and, you know, people are kind of like not into it or not stoked about it. But if you can look at the big picture, it's a good thing. Not saying that you're not, Fanger, but yeah. Big opportunity for somebody that can come in with a, like, live stream. Did it freeze on me or is this my camera? Can you guys see me? Heard about Nola coffee liqueur. Ah, that's a good one too. Glass straws. Yeah, I have glass straws too. Is it frozen? Can you guys see me or hear me? Nola coffee liqueur. No, but let's see here. Let's see what we can pull up on the old Google monster. See what it says. St. George Spirits Nola coffee liqueur, $30 a bottle. Pretty. That's a little expensive for like a coffee cocktail. Or coffee liqueur. Let's see here. St. George Spirits Nola coffee liqueur was inspired by our love for New Orleans style coffee, as well as by distiller Dave Smith's own love story. So it's basically like a fancy Kahlua. That's what it looks like. And that's oversimplifying it, of course. But coffee liqueur, same thing, you know. It's just the packaging and labeling is the magic in the whole thing. Absolute vanilla, coffee, Cafe Lolita, Gifford vanilla, Madagascar, something cold brew, cinnamon syrup, heavy whipped cream. CC wax, a proper like craft bartender. Good on you, buddy. Frozen my end. It's working now. Okay, sweet. I think it's a product from the US. Yeah, this dude was in New Orleans. It's like, it looks like they also do a gin and a vodka and absinthe. Oh yeah, this is St. George. They do all kinds of stuff. Single malt whiskey, brandies, liqueurs. I know that this is St. George. This absinthe. Same company that makes this. So this is an about video that I'm doing for you guys very soon. The absinthe one. What is absinthe? So as in community coffee. I don't know. It just says the guy was inspired by his love for New Orleans style coffee. So I don't know what New Orleans style coffee specifically means. So possibly shake. Okay. Where's my chicory? It's all started with you. Good on you, buddy. Give me a call if you're around. I'll put you on a vid. You up in LA? Shoot me an email. Let's see. Okay, 9:05. Last call on questions, everybody. Thank you all for coming in. Yeah. Almost done. There you go. CWAC. Got it. Social media stuff. Absinthe video. Coffee with chicory popular. Could be. Not sure. So remember, you guys, thank you for following along on all the social media channels at BartendingPro. Thank you for chiming in and watching these videos. I do them currently every Tuesday, 8 p.m. United States, West Coast, PDT, Pacific Daylight Time. So that's like LA time, San Francisco time, San Diego time, 8 p.m. Contemplating moving this to a time on Sundays. So not quite sure yet, but we'll let you know. We will do, did I say something else? Yeah, Tuesdays. Always doing these live streams on Tuesdays. my brain is, I've been working on my computer all day, doing other stuff, making videos, doing all kinds of shit. My brain is like fried right now, so that's why I haven't been able to talk very well tonight. But thank you all for coming in. Yep, that's when I usually live stream CWAC. Come on down anytime, especially if you're like an experienced bartender. It's always good to have you guys on here so you can chime in. I'm not trying to claim to be the end-all, be-all, only guy that knows about bartending in the world. That's absolutely absurd. I'm just somebody that's done this for a long time and is trying to give back to those that want to get into the industry. So if any of you guys are professionals and you're watching along, you want to chime in, please feel free to share on any of the videos that you watch. If you have knowledge, please leave comments below and feel free to share. If you want to be in any of my videos, I would love to highlight you or put you on. Send me an email, support@bartendingblueprint.com, and we'll get you guys in videos. Good comments, I'm going to put them on, make videos out of them. And this is one of the reasons why I'm going to start doing more videos more often. It's because I'm realizing that I've got great content coming from you guys, from these questions, and along with making some videos, recipe videos along the way, because I know you guys love recipe videos. I intentionally try not to do them too much because I don't want you guys to think that bartending is just about the drinks. Cool. All right, last call for questions, y'all. Let's see. Keep up to date with all the social media stuff. Yep. But I'm not sure that's you or another. Right. Don't forget to hit the bell button when you subscribe. Yep. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn on the little bell button on the bottom when you subscribe so that you get notifications anytime I have new videos coming out, or anytime I start a live stream, it will let you know. There's new things coming out on YouTube soon where you can be a subscriber. So basically they're trying to eliminate kind of what Patreon was. So I'm going to start to kind of refocus everything onto this platform. So I'm probably not going to be promoting Patreon stuff as much anymore. If you are a Patreon user, awesome. That is another way you can support this channel directly. I would love to just do this for you guys full time. So little tips, you know, $1 or $2 here and there from a couple of you guys is all it takes. And yeah, right on. Thanks, CWAC. Stoked that you came and showed up. Be another great contributor to the show. I know there's a couple of longtime locals that come in on a weekly basis. And yeah, you can also, of course, support on the bar. Basically taken all this material on this channel and condensed it into the most relevant and important stuff, and walks you through step by step how to learn how to become a bartender, how to go out and find a job from scratch with no experience. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you check out the bartendingblueprint.com website. There is a certification process that I'm putting into that, just so you can, not because it really matters, right? Because there's no such thing as like a bartending license, as I say all the time. But some places do like to see that you've had a formal education, and it's just good for your own, you know, it just, people like that, hey, I did this training, I got it, here's a little thing, but it will take you through and actually test you on the material. So it'll make sure that you know the material. Not hard, it's not going to be the bar, but it'll make sure that it'll help you get into a bar. All right, you guys, thanks for showing up. Thanks for becoming a bartending pro. I'm Jason. See you guys next week. All right, so be safe, y'all, tomorrow. Don't drink too much. Drink lots of water and put on your sunscreen if you're going to be outside. Don't blow your hand off with a firework or anything like that, please. I don't want to hear any nightmare stories next week. But again, thank you all for showing up. Love you guys. Thank you for supporting, and I will see you soon.